of the Second Amendment is that when they come to take it, it will be needed. Thomas Jefferson said that. And my name is Button Gwinnett, first signer of the Declaration of Independence. And I bring you a message from a man that you've heard a lot about, but I knew him, Patrick Henry. But he made some notations from the grave, and he changed his speech around so it fits 2012. This is no time for ceremony. The question before our nation is one of awful moment to this country. For my own part, I consider the passage of this tyrannical, unconstitutional health care bill on March 23rd, 2010, by our own president as nothing less than a question of freedom and slavery. And in the proportion of the magnitude of the subject ought to be our freedom to assemble here. It is only in this way that we can hope to arrive at truth and fulfill the great responsibility which we hold to God, our country, and our children. Should I keep back my opinions at such a time through fear of giving offense, I should consider myself as guilty of treason towards my country and of an act of disloyalty towards the majesty of heaven, which I revere above all earthly kings and presidents. We are engaged in a great and arduous struggle for liberty. Are we disposed to be the number of those who, having eyes, see not, and having ears, hear not, the things which so nearly concern their earthly, God-given freedoms? For my part, whatever anguish of spirit it may cost, I am willing to know the whole truth, to know the worst, and provide for it. I have but one lamp by which my feet are guided, and that is the lamp of experience. I know of no way of judging the future but by the past, and judging by the past, I wish to know where there has been in the conduct of Congress for the last 10 years to justify those hopes which our citizens have been pleased to solace themselves under the now trampled and tattered words of our Constitution. Congress has killed our republic. No, sir. This new Hopi, changey despotism is meant for us. It can't be for no other. It was ratified by the smallest minority against the will of the majority and sent over to bind and rivet upon us those chains which Washington bureaucrats and liberals in both parties have been so long forging. And what have we to oppose them? Shall we try argument? Patriots, we have been trying that for 3 years. Have we anything new to offer on the subject? Nothing. We have held up the subject in every light of which it is capable, but it has been all in vain. Shall we retort to entreaty and humble supplications? What terms shall we find which have not already been exhausted? Let us not, I beseech you, deceive ourselves longer. Tea parties We have done everything that could be done to avert the storm which is now coming on. We have petitioned, we have remonstrated, we have supplicated, we have prostrated ourselves before the throne in the White House and implored its interposition to arrest the tyrannical hands of both houses of Congress. Our petitions have been slighted. Our remonstrances have produced additional ridicule and insult. Our supplications have been disregarded, and we have been spurned with contempt by the media. And from the foot of the throne of the White House, in vain after these things may we indulge the fond hope of peace and reconciliation. There is no longer any room for hope. Our republic died at 11:15 on March 23rd with the signing of the health care bill by our own president, who swore an oath before God to preserve, protect, and defend our Constitution. They tell us, citizens, that we are weak, unable to cope with so formidable an adversary. But when shall we be stronger? Will it be next week or next year? Will it be when we are totally disarmed and when a government bureaucrat shall be stationed in every house? Shall we gather strength by irresolution and inaction? Shall we acquire the means of effectual resistance by lying on our backs and hugging the delusive phantom of hope until our enemies shall have bound us hand and foot? We, the people, are not weak if we make a proper use of the means which God of nature hath placed in our power. Millions of people armed in the holy cause of liberty, marching to the ballot box in all 50 states, will show them our numbers and strength. And in such a country as that which we possess, are invincible by any force which our government can send against us. Besides, citizens, we shall not fight our battles alone. There is a just God who presides over the destinies of nations and who will raise up the masses to fight our battles until this November. The battle, patriots, is not to the strong alone. It is to the vigilant, the active, and the brave. Besides citizens, we have elections. And the internet. If we were base enough to desire it, it is not now too late to retire from the contest. There is no retreat but in submission and slavery. Our economic chains are forged with 16 trillion in debt. Their clanking may be heard in the halls of Congress. The election is inevitable, and let it come. I repeat it, citizens, let it come. It is in vain, patriots, to extenuate the matter. The lords of Congress may cry, peace, peace, but there is no peace. The war for our Constitution is actually begun. The next gale that sweeps from the Tea Party will bring to our ears the clash of resounding teapots. The media thought I would say gun. For you in the drive-by media. Our brethren are already in the field. Why stand we here idle? What is that our countrymen wish? What would they have? Is life so dear or peace so sweet as to be purchased at the price of chains and slavery? Forbid it, Almighty God. I know not what course others may take, but as for me, give me what? Liberty. Give me what? Liberty. Or give me death. To the ballot box, patriots.